There are no strings on me.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Carnage, or PrimitiveAK here, back with another video for you guys today. Today's video is going to be another class setup video for the ABR 223, and we're going to start it off with a nice little three-piece with the ABR right off the bat. But if you guys are new to the channel and or enjoying the content, make sure you guys leave a like on this video, smash that like button, and hit the subscribe button as well if you guys are new to the channel. Appreciate you guys all coming out and showing all the love and support. I know I say it a lot, but it's just a straight up fact. You guys have absolutely been killing the support on the videos. I really do appreciate you guys showing that kind of love. It really absolutely means the world to me, and it gives me motivation to keep making more videos for you guys, and you guys seem to like them, so why not stop? Am I right? But we're gonna go ahead and get into the video for today. We're gonna be talking about the ABR 223. Now, I know I actually made a video on this already, and I know some of you guys probably don't want to see it because I've done it so many times, but people asked me to try out the operator mod on the ABR, and I never really used it that much. I used it during the beta, and then I stopped using it after it got nerfed because I felt that it was useless. But I gave it some thought. I tried it out for a few games, and I actually got this gameplay solo. So the gameplay you guys are watching is actually 147 kills solo in the new endurance game mode in hardpoint on potentially one of the worst maps in Call of Duty. I can't stand this map. It's militia. It's just too many choke points. Everybody likes to camp inside the church, and it just doesn't really make for a fun experience. So unfortunately, the gameplay you guys are watching, like I said, 147 kills. I think I had around 3, maybe 4 deaths at max. And we're going to be using the gunship because I know some of you guys that came from Carnage Clan probably knew me for using the gunship, so I figured why not throw it on this game. But we're going to be talking about the class setup. Unfortunately, this is not a live commentary. This was actually recorded from theater mode because I did not have Elgato open at the time. So we're just going to commentate over the gameplay, talk about some of my tactics in this game to help you guys out. And if you guys want me to do some more stuff like that where I help you guys improve at Call of Duty and talk about some of my tactics and why I go a certain place or make a certain move, just let me know in the comments box and we'll try to make more of those videos. But we're going to throw the class setup on screen that we're going to be using, and that's the ABR 223 with the reflex sight, the extended mags, the stock, and the full auto operator mod. Now, you guys remember before I told you guys that, you didn't really need the operator mod. You could use something like the extended mags followed by the stock 1 and 2, or maybe even the quick draw. But I decided to take out quick draw and swap it out for the operator mod and also take away one of my perks. Now, in this case, the stock's gonna help you strafe left and right a lot more. You need to be moving when you're shooting during your gunfights. This will help you out with that. Extended max, that way you don't run out of bullets too often. You won't have to worry about reloading. You can take out a decent amount of people with the 36 bullets that it comes with in the clip. And the reflex, I hate the iron sights. Don't ever use the iron sights on this gun. It's just not good at all. You should always put some type of sight on this gun to make it a little bit better. And the full auto mod, the repeater, what it actually does is this is actually going to make it full auto, so you don't have to pull the trigger every single time you shoot. It's just going to shoot for you. It'll just keep burst firing, and on top of that, the rate of fire actually speeds up the longer that you fire the weapon. You won't really need the extra rate of fire that much. You can still take out people with a decent amount of time, but for the most part, this will make it full auto, so you don't have to take your aim off the thumbstick and just worry about pulling the trigger too many times. Acoustic baby monitor, so I don't get shot from behind. You guys know I pretty much don't change that on my AR classes. And for your perk 1, you're going to want the scavenger. Perk 2, you don't really need anything. You could take this out. And perk 1 or perk 3, I'm going to be using Dead Silence. If you're playing solo, I strongly recommend running Dead Silence. If you're playing with a party, I actually recommend taking off Dead Silence and putting on something like Cold Blooded. That was the original class setup that I actually told you guys to use, was Cold Blooded, because we weren't using the operator mod. But if you're playing in a party, take off Dead Silence, put on something like Cold Blooded to stay away from the streaks, or even run something like Lightweight. That'll help you out in that case. But overall, the class setup, this one's actually, I'm actually starting to fall in love with this one a lot more than the other one. That's why I felt the need to make a video on this, especially with some of the changes made to the guns after update 1.12. Not too much was changed besides a few bug fixes, but I know a lot of people are curious if what weapons change after the update, so that's why I felt this video would certainly help you guys out in that matter. And plus, it's an entertaining gameplay, so why not? But we're gonna go ahead and talk about some of the gameplay a little bit, help you guys out with some tips in Call of Duty, because I don't really do too many tips on Call of Duty besides class setups, so I felt there was a need for me to kind of fill that void that you guys don't really see on my channel too much. Now the gameplay, obviously 147 kills, we're playing hardpoint, and I'm playing solo. I actually did join this game a tad bit late, and thankfully my teammates this game were actually pretty confident and competent, should I say, and I noticed that I actually had a Master Prestige on my team who was dropping streaks. The only unfortunate part of this gameplay was that I actually was literally 1 or 2 kills off of a nuclear medal this game, and unfortunately people decided to cap out and I wasn't able to get it. I even plugged in my mind to try and tell them not to cap out, but you guys know how random bobs are on this teammate. They don't listen, they just kind of do whatever the heck they will and please, and just kind of do their own little thing. And on top of that, somebody else was using lethal streaks and my kills were getting jacked pretty much the whole time, unfortunately. So moving on, we notice that the hill is actually inside a church, and acoustic monitor. This is why I recommend you guys using acoustic sensor. People do not use dead silence for whatever strange reason. I really have no idea why, but people just don't use it. So if you guys notice, there was 2 people in there. My teammate actually cleared it out with the grenade launcher specialist, so that actually helped me out there. So I noticed my teammates push up, so I decided to push in, and I noticed once my teammates push up, the spawns start to flip, so I decided to rotate around. The UAV certainly tells us a lot, and if you guys notice that the enemies are actually split on 2 different ends of the map. So right here I decided not to push. If you guys notice, I locked down that left hand side because there was another guy looking down that lane, so I'm gonna force him to basically push me. That's one thing that you want to do in this game, is force gunfights. What that means is that if you notice there's 1 or 2 people, or if you notice that a guy is playing a certain way, you want to force them into your play style. Don't play to their play style. If you guys notice, I forced that guy to push me. He had no other choice. If he really wanted to kill me, he basically had to push me, and that was the only way he was going to do it. If he was smart, he would have went on the flank, but he didn't. So moving on, we're going to push up to the spawn here. I noticed that I actually am close to another set of streaks. That's why I decided to push up a little bit more here. Teammates are on the hills, so this certainly helped me out in that case. I noticed the hackers back here. This is a 2v1 fight. Thankfully my teammate finished him off with the sniper's nest, so that helped me out there. Unfortunately, I didn't get anybody picked off. I get my kill stolen there, and right there my teammates push up even more, so I decided to go to the flip side spawn. And this is at the point where I started to realize I was getting a little bit closer to a streak, so I jumped on the next hill, got my gunship, decided to call this bad boy in. I know that there's a guy pushing the hill, but I didn't really worry about it that much because I noticed that my teammates are actually nearby, so that certainly helped out in that matter. And here we are with the gunship. If you guys notice, my teammates are all on the hill, so there's only 1 or 2 spots that they're going to be spawning in, and that's actually by the bridge and also by the forest area and potentially by the church, but you're not really going to see them spawn there. And right here, I believe this is where they actually started spawning in, by the trees area in the back. If you guys notice, I take them out over there. I killed them on that flip, and now there's only 1 other place they're going to spawn, and that's over by the ramp area. There's actually a little area that you can go to between the 2 mountains, and that's pretty much where they're only going to be spawning. It's very easy to predict the flip spawns in this type of map, but once you get your streaks, they really just do actually go off over here. And obviously there's nobody by church, so that's pretty much where they're going to be spawning. But overall, AC-130 goes in, absolutely just destroying these people. And if you guys notice, when I use my AC-130, whether it be in a Carnage Team Challenge or an actual video, you guys notice that I actually, with the third gun in the AC-130 is actually the best one in the entire kill streak, basically. The first cannon and the second cannons aren't really that great. The third cannon has a massive splash damage. You guys notice I sort of spread that out in a line. That's what you want to be doing with that. That way they pretty much have no escape when you're using the AC-130. So here, I actually decided to push up even more and try to grab these guys and push up with the actual ABR again. Notice my teammates are actually pushing the bridge. I tried to grab some of these kills, but unfortunately they mostly got taken. Get my kill jacked yet again over there. That was unfortunate, but for the most part, teammates are doing a very good job of clearing house in this game, and that's unfortunately ended up being my downfall, and I wasn't too happy with that when I was going for my nuclear medal. I could have gotten it this game. I know I could have, because these guys were just absolutely terrible. Maybe if I was a little more aggressive, I probably could have gotten it, but as you guys can see, I'm doing the best I can to try and push up and get as many kills as possible to try and get this nuclear medal. But every time I push back, teammates end up clearing like 4 of them. Meanwhile, I'm left with only 1 kill. So I tried to get a little more aggressive here. As you guys can see, I take a little bit too much damage there. That actually almost got me killed there. And like I said, acoustic sensor really just helps you out there. I didn't even know that guy was there, but the acoustic monitor certainly helps out. Right there, I did see the tac deploy. I don't want you guys to think that I didn't see it. I knew it was there because I wanted to get some more kills and hopefully get my kill streak medal. We got a nice little 5 on screen right there with both the kill streak and the ABR. But yeah, I knew the tac deploy was there, and I was trying to get as many kills as possible. That's why I left it there to try and keep them spawning around me. And since none of them are using dead silence, that's why I wasn't too worried about them spawning behind me. The only counter to the acoustic sensor, as far as I know, is the fact that if you're standing still, or if you're sitting in a corner, or if you're actually using what's known as dead silence, those are the only counters to it. But for the most part, none of these guys are really corner camping, which is a blessing. And as far as I know, these guys were just completely clueless. They weren't trying to corner camp. Nobody's using dead silence, so helped out my case a lot. And as you guys can see, managed to get some downtime on the hill there. Unfortunately, only got a few kills, and noticed I was on the 15 kill streak medal, so that certainly helped out in that matter. But here we are yet again over here, going to the back of the spawn, gonna try to grab a few kills. Notice that teammates are pushing the hill yet again, so I'm gonna look down the ramp again. That's the only possible place they could be spawning besides the other area, but unfortunately don't manage to pick up anybody over there, and teammates cleared it out yet again. But moving on, people still pushing up over here. There's the 20 kill streak medal. Notice my teammates are still behind me. Not enough kills though. I'm gonna need to push up. This guy, unfortunately, my strike team ended up getting them. I was really hoping I could have grabbed the kill there, and I didn't actually think that I would cut it this close when it came to going for the nuclear medal, and I actually made a mistake here in calling the AC-130. I should have just kept going for the kills because I could have gotten way more. But here's the part where AC-130 actually goes in quite a bit. I pretty much just keep killing them on flips. You guys could see I'm trying to spread out the damage as much as possible. That's why you guys see me strafing left and right with that third cannon. That third cannon is where you're going to be dealing majority of your damage. You guys see it's literally, the splash damage on it is absolutely insane. That's what you want with the third cannon, and that's why that's the best one in the entire kill streak. You want to make sure you're spamming that as much as possible. Frankly, you don't even need to use the first or second guns, because you guys noticed I'm hitting them dead center. Like, look at this, it gets a hit marker, but the third cannon finishes them off. Get my 2 kills stolen by the Predator missile, or whatever it is you want to call it. Unfortunately, got that stolen. But as you guys can see again, they're spawning back up in the same exact spot, trying to nab these kills before my teammate takes them, and he manages to get those. And frankly, I'm not sure why that first shot there was actually a hit marker. That actually threw me off quite a bit, and didn't get any kills there, unfortunately. That, once again, you guys could see just the first and second cannons just are not that strong at all when it comes to that. So at this point, I put myself in an even worse situation. You guys notice I have 2 people coming from 2 different opposite directions. Now, granted, if any of those players were actually subpar decent at the game, I would have 100% been dead in that situation. But thankfully, none of them really knew where I was at the time. And right here is another 2v1. Right here, I almost made a fatal mistake. As you guys can see, that roly-poly from the Tempest, for some reason, did not go for me. And I do not have cold-blooded on. But thankfully, for some reason, it just completely ignored me and went for the other guy. And I managed to get the guy lying prone in the corner, so that certainly helped me out in that case. That's just at that point, that's really just luck at that point. That's not even skill, basically. But as you guys can see, the brutal medal, I noticed that I still have a decent amount of time, but I started to notice that my teammates were capping out way too much, and I'm just trying to get as many kills as possible. And right here, I made a mistake of aggressively pushing too much without checking my corners, and thankfully that guy from behind that almost killed me was missing plenty of shots, and my teammate finishes him off. So at that point, teammate actually helped me for once. I know you guys don't, it's almost rare that I have teammates helping me out. So at this point, I know I'm pretty much 4, maybe 3 kills off. And right here, I actually called in the AC-130 by accident. I thought I called in my chopper. So at this point, I think I got 2 more kills and decided it was time to just get out of the AC-130, try to get this nuke as quickly as possible. As you guys can see, I just exited right there and picked up the sniper rifle by accident. That was unintentional. I thought I was reloading my gun, but at this point, get this guy right here. I thought I was maybe 1 or 2 kills off, but unfortunately we just didn't manage to pull through at all. Teammates are still capping out. I know I have roughly 60 seconds to make something happen. I think at this point I actually even plugged in my mic to tell these guys to stop capping out, but like I said, random teammates never listen. And unfortunately, this was my major downfall, was this Strex Pickle guy was actually using a sniper's nest, and it was just nabbing every single one of my kills. I think I got a total of 3 assists, even more. As you guys see, boom, kill taken right there, stolen. Decided to go to the opposite end of the spawn in hopes that they would spawn in a different corner, possibly maybe even in front of me. So thankfully I managed to catch this guy. Now if you guys notice on the radar, there was actually a guy to my right hand side. I didn't see that until watching this gameplay back, and that probably could have been the nuke kill right there, but I didn't see that kill until it was too late, and I wish I had noticed that during the game. But managed to take this guy out, and notice my teammates are all on the hill yet again, so I figured they're only possibly going to be spawning by the church, so I tried to stay around by the church in hopes that they would spawn here again. But unfortunately we didn't manage to pull through. I thought this kill would be it right here up top. This guy manages to push, and kill gets nabbed by yet another sniper's nest, and unfortunately we did not get the nuke there. 10 seconds left. I know for a fact this isn't happening for the most part, and we'll just have to settle for the 100+. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this gameplay. If you guys are new, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, comment down below if you guys want more setups or more videos like this where I just talk over the game and explain to you guys my mentality throughout the game. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. 147 kills. I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's your boy COD BO4 signing out. Peace out, fellas.